Hello, thanks for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. If you are new here, consider joining the family by hitting that subscribe button and remembering the notification bell so you'll be reminded when I upload a video. My name is Jenny, and on this channel I create budget-friendly home decor that's easy to do. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 brand new Christmas DIYs. If you want to see what I created, keep watching. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching another one of my videos. I am truly grateful. I'm going to get started on the first DIY. I have one of these wood cutout Christmas trees, and these items are from the Dollar Tree. I have two of these scrap wood pieces, and these are the longer version of this width. I have a pack of these little Merry Christmas little sayings. I'm going to be using one of the buffalo checks out of the pack, and I have one of the canvas boards. These are the ones that's off of the frame, and this is the larger one, the 11 by 14, and I'm going to be using this little pick here. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and these are 99 cents, but they are 40% off. And I'm going to be using some of my mini wax American Early stain. The first thing I'm going to do is stain this wood tree as well as these two wood pieces here. I'm just using my Dollar Tree sanding block to sand down any rough edges, and then I will be staining all three of these pieces with that American Early stain. I'm just using some paper towel here to apply my stain. After I get these three pieces stained, what I'm going to do is use some white acrylic paint to paint over the little wood Merry Christmas banner, and I believe those were 3 in the pack. And now that I have those stained, I'm now just going to paint over this with that white acrylic paint. Once I get that complete, I'm just going to attach all of my pieces together, and what I'm going to create is a standing sign. And so what I'm going to do is just attach these wood pieces to the bottom. So first what I'm going to do is line everything up. I'm going to take some hot glue to attach this piece, and then what I'm going to do is attach the second wood piece to the back. As you can see here, I'm just applying my hot glue, lining everything up, and then what I'm going to do is turn it over so I can add some hot glue to the back and add the other wood piece, and that's going to give me a nice wood base, and that's going to elevate this canvas just to make it look a little bit more high end, and it's giving it a nice sturdy stand. After I get that complete, I'm going to turn it back over, and I'm going to hot glue this tree right to the center. Once I get my hot glue added, I'm just going to press it right down. And then I'm going to take that little banner that I painted with the white acrylic paint, and I am going to hot glue that down to the base. Once that's complete, I'm going to embellish the top of the Christmas tree with that little buffalo check bow. I'm just cutting off part of the little twist tie that's on the back. Then I'm going to add some hot glue, press that down. This little piece here, I'm going to pull off some of the leaves and the berries, and I'm just going to hot glue those right in the center of that bow. All of these DIYs today are very simple and easy to do, but they all really came out so cute. So after I attached the berries, this is done. I absolutely love how this turned out. I think this is so cute. Very simple, but I love it. For the next DIY, I'm going to be using two of these wood pieces, and these are the flatter pieces from the Dollar Tree. I have one of these wood crosses with a little jute cord. I'm going to be using another one of those canvas off of the frame and one of the Dollar Tree cutouts out the pack that says Believe. I'm going to be using the rest of the pieces off of this pick here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off that Christmas hat that's attached to the word Believe because I do not want that on there. So I'm just taking my little knife, and then after I get it cut a little bit, I'm just going to take my scissors to cut the rest of it off. The little hat on this is really cute. It's just for this DIY. I didn't want to use it. So after I get it cut off, I'm just going to take that Dollar Tree sanding block and just sand around that bead to make it a little bit more smooth. After I get that complete, I'm going to use that white acrylic paint to paint over the word. And then once I get that complete, I'm going to use my Early American Wood stain, and I'm going to stain all three of these pieces. And then after that is done, I am going to assemble my sign. So what I'm going to do is take these wood pieces and I'm going to hot glue one to the bottom and one to the top. I really like how this sign turned out. This is really adorable. After I get those pieces attached, I'm just going to take some hot glue and I'm going to attach that cross in the center. And then before I embellish it, I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to take some of my sisal rope and I'm just going to staple a piece of it to the back so that I can have the option to hang it. And then now what I'm going to do is just add the rest of that little pick to the top of that cross. That's also going to cover that little hole. And so I'm just pulling off a couple of the leaves and the berries and I'm just going to hot glue those right to the top. And once that is complete, I'm just going to take that word Believe and I'm just going to hot glue it right in the center of the cross, just giving it a little slant. And then after that is complete, this DIY is done. I absolutely love it. I think it came out really nice. For the next DIY from the Dollar Tree, I have two of these wood signs with the cord attached. I'm going to be using a row of this garland. I'm going to be using these twist Christmas tree ties, these little tree ties, that's what I call them. I have the letter J from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using the same color paint choices. Now this part is optional. I'm actually using two of these signs. I'm going to glue them together. These signs are kind of thin, and for this DIY, I wanted it to be a little bit more thick, a little bit more sturdier, so that it'll have a high-end look to it. So what I'm going to do is add some of the Dollar Tree wood glue and some hot glue just to attach these two signs together. Once I have it nice and secure, I'm going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block to go around the edges. When I attach two signs together, I like to go around the edges to blend everything together. Once that is complete, I am going to take that wood stain and stain this piece. Now I decided to add these little two flat beads that I get out of a pack from Amazon to this sign to cover those holes. But as you can see later, after I stained them and everything, I didn't like how it looked, so I did remove those. And so now what I'm going to do is go in with that wood stain, and I'm going to stain the front and the back. Once I get that complete, this is how it turned out. I do like that this sign is now nice and sturdy. I am going to set it to the side, and now what I'm going to do is take that white acrylic paint and I'm going to paint over this J. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do is just attach some more of my sisal rope to the back using my staple gun so that I can have the option to hang this sign. And then as you can see, I remove the beads, and what I'm going to do is hot glue some jute cord to the back, and then I'm just going to wrap that around the top of this sign. I thought that would look way better than the two beads. Once I have enough, I just hot glued it down, cut off the excess, and now what I'm going to do is start spelling out the word joy. I am just going to take some hot glue to attach the J. What I did with those twist ties, as you can see, I just made a shape of a V, and then I took another one, cut it down so that I can attach that, and that'll be my Y. So after I attach my J, to attach my berries, for my O and my Y, I am going to use my staple gun because I believe that I have it a little bit more secure than glue wheel. I'm just adding a few staples and I'm making sure that I cover them up. And then what I'm going to do now is add the Y, and I'm going to use staples to attach that little garland to it. I'm going to cut it down with some scissors, so it won't be so wild, and then I'll just place it, add a few staples, and then I'm going to attach the bottom of it after I trim it down, add a few staples to that, and this DIY is complete. I absolutely love this. I think this came out so nice. And now for this next DIY, I am going to be using this little cute joy ornament from the Dollar Tree. I also have two of these bale wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree and one of their smaller little scrap wood pieces. What I'm going to do is, as you can see, I already stained that small piece, and I am going to paint these two little wood bales. I'm going to paint one of them with the green acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint the other one with the white acrylic paint. After I get both of them painted, what I'm going to do is just take my Dollar Tree sanding block and sand around them to give it a little bit more distressed look. And then after I get that complete, I am going to take my black paint marker to go over the top of these. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of like draw a line. You'll see in a minute just where I want to start painting it. Just draw a little line and then paint at the top. I started off with my paint marker and then I finished it. I switched out and got my Dollar Tree black furniture marker. I'm going to go around this. I will distress the top of this later just so it won't be so perfect. And after I get that complete, now I just need to attach these to that wood piece, and this is how my bells is going to stand. I'm just lining everything up, and then I'm going to add some of that wood glue and some of that hot glue. Now I originally was going to lay this down flat, but that wouldn't have been a long enough base for them to stand, so I turned it sideways, and that was so much better. So after I get all of that done, wipe off that excess wood glue, I am going to attach the joy ornament to those bales. I'm just going to cut off that string, take off that tag. I'm going to add some wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to just attach it to where it's in the center of both of those bales. And then after I get that done, this DIY is complete. Very simple, but I love it. I think it turned out so cute. For this next DIY, I'm going to be using 2 more of the flat scrap wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. I have this bag of Christmas cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I love these. I always pick these up. There are so many cute pieces inside here. I'm going to use the little Christmas trees. What I'm going to do first is I am going to attach these 2 pieces together by just using some hot glue just to make a little sign. I have one of my large craft sticks, and I'm going to add some wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to attach this down the center for extra security. Then what I'm going to do is stain this little sign using the same wood stain that I used for the previous DIYs. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do now is paint my little trees. I'm going to use this green acrylic paint to paint over the trees. And then what I'm going to do is take some of that stain that's on that paper towel to stain the stem of these trees. Then I'm going to take my white acrylic paint to go over the bottom to paint the snow white. Then after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is hot glue these set of trees down to the bottom of this sign. You can add some words to the top, but I wanted to keep this sign really simple, and I'm just going to hot glue these right down to the bottom. I am going to take some more of that sassel rope, and I'm going to staple it to the back of this sign so that I can hang it. And that is it for this. This is really simple. I think it is so cute. I just wanted these trees to be on this sign for a little bit of simplicity. For the next DIY, I have one of these buffalo check trays from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using some of this Walmart greenery and one of these little scrap wood pieces that I'm going to paint black. Now, I'm just using this little scrap piece. I painted one side black to attach to the back. I'm using some of my tacky glue and some hot glue. Now, I'm attaching this because I want to staple some cord to the back of this so I will be able to hang it, and I wanted the back to look nice and finished. I did print from my Cricut the saying hallelujah. I thought this was so pretty, this red on top of this buffalo check. You know, you can use some Dollar Tree letters or some red letters from Hobby Lobby, but I decided to just print this using my Cricut Joy. After I get that transferred over, I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of these greeneries and attach them in each corner. I'm so sorry if you hear my bird chirping, but she usually chirps when I am recording. I know you can hear her. Now what I'm going to do is just staple some of this jute wire to the back of this sign so that you can hang it. And after I get that complete, this is done. I did attach a few berries to the bottom of the greenery to cover up the stems, and I think this is so pretty. I absolutely love it. And now for the next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these little wood sleds from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love these. I have this cute pick here from Hobby Lobby for 99¢. First thing I'm going to do is cut off this string because I'm going to stain around and the bottom of it using this All-American wood stain. I picked up a few of these because I have so many different ideas. Very simple, easy ideas to just transform these cute little sleds. So after I finish staining the bottom and the sides, what I'm going to do is paint the top of it using some red acrylic paint. Now this DIY is simple, this DIY is quick, but it is so cute. So after I get that painted, all I'm going to do is cut the stem off that pretty holiday pick from Hobby Lobby, and then I'm going to place it right in the opening at the top, and I'm just going to take some hot glue to tack it down to the sides, making sure that everything is nice and secured. And that is it for this. This is really cute. You can have this leaning up against something, or actually have the little piece where you can have this hanging. I absolutely love it. I think it is so adorable. And now for this next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these round wood pieces, and I got this out of a 4-pack from Hobby Lobby that I paid $5 for. I'm going to be using this little buffalo check bow from the Dollar Tree and another one of these little 60-cent picks from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm going to paint this round using this white acrylic paint. After I get it painted, I'm just going around just the edges and the top, distressing it a little bit. Now I'm not going to do too much, just a little bit. And then I am going to take my transfer that I printed using my Cricut Joy that says Joy to the World. I'm just taking my spatula to transfer this over. I wanted this sign to be simple. I didn't want the bow to be too big or too many big embellishments. So I'm going to hot glue this bow right down to the side. And then I'm going to take that pick and I'm going to cut the stem down, and I'm going to just hot glue that right next to the bow. Very simple. I wanted you to still be able to see the joy to the world, but have a little bit embellishment at the top. I think this is simple, pretty. I absolutely love it. I'm going to staple some of this wired Dollar Tree jute cord to the back so that you can have the option to hang this. I really love it. I think it came out so nice. For my next DIY, I have one of these little chunky wood cutting boards from the Dollar Tree, some jute cord, and another one of those picks from Hobby Lobby for 60¢. What I'm going to do is paint this little piece using this green acrylic paint. I absolutely love this color green. It is so pretty. I love it for the holidays. It's just one of those traditional colors. Then what I'm going to do is take a little transfer that I had from the Dollar Tree. I had used those, and I'm just transferring over Embrace Happiness. I love these little transfers. They are so cute, and they actually have the word joy on this sheet. They have a lot of words, but I just went with that one. What I'm going to do is tie this jute cord around the handle part, and I'm just going to wrap it around a few times, and then after I feel like I have enough wrapped around, I'm going to take some hot glue, tack it down, and then cut off. I love using these to decorate. They are so cute, and you can make one for every season. Then all I'm going to do now is take that little holiday pick, cut the stem off, and I'm going to attach it with some hot glue right on top of the jute cord. And that is it for this. This is so cute. I did decide to just go over it a little bit with some of that white paint just to distress it, and that is it. This will be really cute for a tier tray or just a style with some other decor. I absolutely love it. I think it came out so nice. And now for this last DIY, which is my favorite. I'm going to be using 2 of these buffalo check trays from the Dollar Tree and 4 of these small chunky wood scrap pieces that they sell. I am going to paint all 4 of these pieces using some black acrylic paint. And then after I get these painted, all I'm going to do is attach them to each end of one of the trays first. And I'm going to be using some of my tacky glue from the Dollar Tree and some hot glue, but you can use some E6000. And then I'm just going to place it all the way up against the corner of the tray. I'm going to repeat that, and I'm going to add one to each corner of the trays. So after I have them in all 4 corners of the first tray, I'm going to take that second tray and I'm going to place it right on top. I'm going to make sure that I add some of that tacky glue and that hot glue to the top of each one, and then I'm going to place the tray right on top. And then once I get the glue, I'm just going to press it down. And that is it for this. Super simple, super cute. I absolutely love how it turned out. Since it's still fall season and I'm still decorating for Thanksgiving, I'm actually going to style some pumpkins on here for now, but this turned out really cute and I absolutely love it. Thank you all so much for watching another one of my videos. If you like this video, please remember to give it thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. Here is a second look of the other DIYs that I created today. As always, let me know in the comment section below which one of these DIYs were your favorite. And until next time, my friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.